Hey, it's Greg with the Jan Michael McClintock team right here in the greater Princeton area. And if you own a home in this area and you're thinking of moving up to a larger property, you're going to find this to be incredibly helpful. We're going to talk about how you can sell your current home for top dollar, and more importantly, how you can get a great deal on the next home that you're moving to. I actually have on with us today Jan Michael. How you doing today?
Good, Greg. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to catch you. I know the real estate market has been crazy hot in this local area. Obviously, with me helping you with the marketing, what you're doing to sell these homes for top dollar, as well as finding them pre-market homes to move to, it's really making a big difference. I think everybody's going to find some great value here. Tell us about the greater Princeton area. Where do you usually focus your efforts?
Thanks, Greg. Most of my efforts right now are concentrated between Bridgewater and all the way down to Princeton, right off the 206 corridor there. Great school system here. People come out here get a little more elbow room, to be honest with you. And doesn't hurt to have the bad schools either.
Absolutely. And I know it's really made this has been a perfect storm as far as selling your current home to get top dollar for it, as
Right.
well as being able to find the next property and get a really good deal on the next property. So we're going to talk a little bit about that dream home finder as well. I think everyone will find that incredibly helpful here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I've actually put together a couple of slides that I think everyone will find incredibly helpful. Jan, with your permission, I'd like to take a quick look at these slides here.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So if you are thinking about maybe moving up to a larger property, this is going to show you the best way to do so, finding the next home and netting as much as possible from your current home. Let's go ahead and take a look now. Okay, so I first wanted to talk a little bit about why you would want to make a move, why you might be looking to move up to a larger home. And then we'll talk a little bit about timing the market correctly. And first of all, deciding, is this really the right time for you to make a move at all? Obviously in this area right now, our team is seeing a lot of people that want to move up in price. They want to move up to a larger house. And the reason for that, there's several reasons. Obviously, you can have a growing family. Maybe things are just going well for you and you'd like to get into a more luxury type neighborhood. And of course, with all the changes, there's a lot of people that are working from home now. So they're looking for a little bit better setup when it comes to like a work at home environment. And of course, a larger home can give you a more dedicated space for that. So if that's you, if you are thinking about maybe making a move, you've got to look at how do you time the market correctly? How do you make sure you're going about it the right way? The number one problem we see for a lot of homeowners in the area here is procrastination. They've known they want to move for quite a while, but it seems like it's too much of a task for them, or it's just too much hassle, or it's going to be difficult. The fact is, our team does a really good job of making it so smooth. You actually enjoy the process, and you get to move to that dream home that you've been looking for. But the number one problem is procrastination. And the key is, how do you make sure you time it correctly and you don't miss a window of opportunity? So, the only time you should make this move is if there's three things that can line up for you perfectly. And I want to lay these three out for you. Number one is you want to make sure you're working with a pro that can make it stress-free and smooth for you. So that's key number one. You got to be working with a professional that knows what they're doing, can help you in finding the perfect house. Because of course, if you don't find the perfect house, you're not going to make a move. But most importantly, it's stress-free and it's smooth. And that kind of rolls into number two. Of course, you won't move unless you do find the perfect house, right? So I don't want you to settle for something. Here with our team, we want to make sure it is the absolute perfect home that you'd be moving to. Or of course, you wouldn't even want to list your current property. And then number three, you can take advantage of timing the market correctly by selling while home values are at a peak. Frankly, we've never seen home values higher than they are today. So it's a perfect time to sell. You don't want to wait until values start to go back down again. We always warn everybody, home values do go up, but they go down as well. That's the definition of a peak. They do go up and down. So it's best to try and sell your home while values are at a peak, particularly if we can get you a great deal on your next home where you're not buying at a peak. Many times we can find some of these off-market or discounted properties before they hit the open marketplace, and that's a huge opportunity for you. So that's really the three key factors. Work with a pro that can make it stress-free. Make sure you find the perfect next house to fit your needs. And then number three, take advantage of timing the market correctly. If those three line up for you, it's time to do a little research. It's time to start making a move here. So this is really the when you think about the proper way to go about this, when you're in a hot market, it's actually best to start looking around at houses before you make a commitment to move at all. So, the normal approach is to list your current house, but of course you don't want to do that if you're not going to find a place to move to. So in reality, you're better off to start looking for homes before you commit to making a move at all. So let's face it, shopping for homes is fun. It's fun to look around and just see what's out there with no obligation whatsoever. And that's where we usually start with most of our clients here, because there's certainly no guarantee of you making a move. Let's go take a couple test drives and see what we can find on future housing to see if it does make sense for you. So what we do is we actually utilize target marketing on both sides of the transaction. Now, that may be a term you're not familiar with, but it's going to make you a lot of money when you understand this. So we utilize what's called target marketing. As an example, if and when the time comes that we help you with selling your current home, we utilize a target marketing approach, which is where we essentially find out who is the most opportune buyer for your house based on amenities of the home, style of the home, school district, price range, fenced yard, any interior amenities that may make a difference on a particular type of owner. We want to make sure we market directly to them because statistically, they'll pay a whole lot more money for that house rather than just throwing it on the market and waiting on it to sell. So that target marketing works really well in selling your current home. But here's what I want you to think about. When it comes to finding your next house, where our team really stands out in helping you here is what we call our dream home finder, whereby if you tell us exactly what you're looking for, type of home, style of home, certain amenities that you need, a school district, a fenced yard, has to have hardwood floors, must have a first floor bedroom, whatever it is that you're interested in, we can go out and find unlisted homes or what we call pre-market properties. So you're the only buyer that knows it's for sale. That's how you get a good deal. You're not going to get a good deal when there's 20 offers on the house through the open market. So what we'll do a lot of times with homeowners here in the area that are looking to move up in price, we'll go out and look for homes before they list their current one. And many times we can find some of these pre-market properties to really get you a good deal on a home that matches exactly what you're looking for. And the best part about all this, it's totally free. You don't pay anything for buyer representation. So, of course, our commission is negotiated with the seller. So we do a good job of finding the property for you, and it's totally free of charge to you. There's no obligation to ever buy. Let us just find you a couple nice houses that will match exactly what you're looking for. So that target marketing really comes into play because a lot of homeowners, they love where they live. You're probably very happy with the home that you're in right now. And you're thinking, I'm not making a move unless I find the perfect house. If you could find my dream house, it must have this and this and this and this. We love to be challenged that way. Challenge us with saying, you know what? I don't even know if this home exists in this market, but this is what would make me move. We love to go out and try and find that property for you. So there's a step-by-step process that you want to go through here. It's not like you just commit to moving. It's a process, not an event. So in starting that process, we recommend you do it in this order. There's really 3 steps to this. Number 1, I want you to first find out the real value of your current house. Before you do anything else, you want to know what your current asset is worth. Now, a good way to find a wrong number is to look online or ask for it over the phone or over the internet, computer generated algorithm. It's going to give you a whole bunch of prices. None of them are correct. There's only one way to get the accurate value of your house. Well, there's technically 2 ways. You could hire an appraiser, which may run you upwards of $1,000, or you can get a licensed real estate professional like our team here to take a quick 5-minute tour, look at all of the data in the area and get you an accurate home value right down to the exact number to get an exact number. That way, here's what my asset is worth before I look to make a move. So that's step number 1, is to first find out the real value of your home. Now, if you go to Zillow to get your Zestimate or something like that, it might be off by literally $50,000. So it gives you a false sense of hope, or it gives you a false sense of failure, like, oh my gosh, it's not worth as much as I thought it was. Both are inaccurate. You have to get an accurate number. Number 2, write down exactly what you want in your next house. I want you to really think about what's important to you. There's probably a list of needs and there's a list of wants. The needs are kind of like the must haves. So I want you to write down all of the things that you need because our team wants to know what that is. We're just kind of playing around here. We're not planning to make a move unless we find that perfect match. So I don't want to mess around or waste your time or ours in looking at homes that aren't the perfect fit for your family. So write down exactly what you want. And then number 3, shop around for some off-market homes without listing your current home. I don't want you to make any commitment whatsoever. I want you to first of all find out what your current home's worth and then shop around for some other houses with no intention of moving, just to get an idea of what's out there. And I think you'll find when you do that, you'll feel a lot more comfortable with what's out in the market and finding that perfect fit for you and your family. Okay. So, we often joke that, money is nearly free right now because interest rates are at historic lows, right? So I'm sure you've heard about this. If you've turned on your TV or opened a newspaper in any way, or even look on the internet, interest rates are at all-time lows, historic lows right now, which means money is basically free. Like, why wouldn't you move to a larger house when you can get the payment so low? In some cases, we've actually represented homeowners here in the area that moved to a larger house and their payment was the same or very near the same number. So it's a great time to do that. You don't want to wait until interest rates go up. Personally, I can't even fathom them going any lower. So now's the time to do that. But you don't want to wait until interest rates go up because then the payment's going to be out of reach for you. Right now, you can afford a lot more house for the same monthly payment. So that's why there's so many buyers out there in the market. That's why the market is so hot right now, because there are some savvy home buyers. They realize now is the time. If we're locking in a 20-year or 30-year mortgage, right now is the time to do that for us and our family. Okay. But that is not going to last long. That's why there are so many people that are upgrading right now. And that's true whether you're moving local right here in the market area, or even if you're moving out of town or out of state. We still offer that dream home finder because we work with thousands of agents around the country that offer the exact same program. So, if you feel like you are in need of an upgrade, if you feel like there's a home that could better fit your needs, and that's true really whether you're moving up in price or even if you're moving down in price. We work with some homeowners that kids have went off to college and now they just want to move to a smaller property. That's a possibility for you as well, but you don't want to miss out on the opportunity. The key factor is to avoid that procrastination, do a little bit of research, look around casually with no obligation, just so that you don't miss an opportunity. If you go about it that way, obviously things line up for you a whole lot better. So I want you to think about like your list, let's say 3 things that for sure you would want in your next home. And then give us a call here to start kind of casually looking around. Our team works with a lot of homeowners and maybe we'll even show you homes and nothing ever happens. That's fine, but I don't want you to miss out on an opportunity. So think about 3 or 4 things that are really important to you in a house. Give us a call here. We can take a quick look at your current property, find out exactly how much it's worth, and then start to look around at other properties, kind of do so in a casual way, no commitment, no cost, no catches, no fine print, anything like that. I think you'll be impressed with how simple it can be to make a move. But again, you have to kind of get out of your own way and thinking this is a really big process, so I want to procrastinate. It's not like filing your taxes. You do it at the very last minute. This is something that's actually fun and no commitment whatsoever. So it makes sense to start that process when you're not motivated, when you're not in a big sense of urgency, because you can make better decisions that way. And it's so much more fun as well. So I think you'll find it incredibly helpful as you start to move up in price, looking at other properties that are available. The opportunities are endless in the type of home that you get. I think you'll find it incredibly helpful here. So anyway, that's my brief slides here. Let's jump back on video and we'll continue from here. Let me turn on video here. All right. So as you can see, there's a very specific approach to selling your current home and moving up to a larger home. Now, regardless if you're staying here in the greater Princeton area, if you're moving out of town or even moving out of state, we can help you along the way and show you the proper way to find the next property you're moving to. You've heard before, you make money when you buy, not when you sell. Well, in this case, we can make you a little extra money in both cases. So Jan Michael has created a program here called the Dream Home Finder, whereby if we know what you're looking for, the area that you would like a home in, the price range, the neighborhood, the school district, or certain amenities that you want, we can go out and find off-market or pre-market homes that match exactly what you're looking for, and you'll be the only one that knows they're for sale. Jan Michael, tell us a little bit about that Dream Home Finder and exactly how it works.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, we've been doing this for a while now and having some great success with it. We have a very catchy offer that we send out handwritten letters to the specific neighborhoods that you want to live in. And, we cover the cost of that. So it's essentially free for you. And, there's a lot of sellers out there that are looking for convenience. They're not looking to have a sign in their yard, a lockbox on the door, or a bunch of people in their house. So buying off market's awesome.
Yeah, and it's really a good way to get a better deal on the home you're moving to instead of getting into a bidding war, right?
That's
it doesn't
right.
make sense to pay more than anyone else is willing to pay when you're buying a house.
Right.
It makes sense to get priority access and buy it a little under market value. So when you're moving up to a larger home, you really want to find out how much your current home is worth, maybe get some ideas on how to fix it up or improve the value of the home, but first start looking for your next property. And you can actually start looking at homes before you make the commitment of moving at all. You don't need to list your current home first. So as promised, we're offering a totally free phone consultation. You'll see a phone number is listed below right here. If you reach out to us, you'll speak with Jan Michael directly. We can talk a little bit about where you live currently, where you're thinking of moving, or what would be the perfect house for you. And maybe we can even tell you how much your current property is worth. I think you'll be very excited by that number. And then we'll start looking around for your next home that would be a good fit. So tell us a little bit about this initial phone call. First of all, is it really free of charge and no obligation? And what kind of information are you trying to get from them to kind of get the process started?
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, it actually is free. The best way to do it is for me to come to your house, check out the condition of the home, what upgrades you've done, because, the tax records only tell you so much. So we've also probably had experience selling in your neighborhood already. So we know what these homes are going for. We know how many, potential offers we're going to see. And then, once we do that home valuation meeting, then we can go ahead and know what we have on the buy side.
Yeah, and that is the proper way to go about it. A lot of people just kind of drag their feet. I've always said, when you're moving up to a larger home, you'll look on Zillow for a while. You don't find anything. You put it off for 2 months. You look on realtor.com for a while. You don't find anything. You wait another 2 months. You're going to miss out on the greatest opportunity we've seen with the market being the way it is right now. Now's the time to take action. So I would encourage you to grab your phone while you're watching this video right now. Reach out to us here at the number you see below, and let's just spend 10 minutes on the phone, talk about some options that are available for you, and get a game plan that makes sense for you and your family. Again, it's free of charge. There's no obligation at all. You're not going to be pressured into selling your home. We know you wouldn't sell your home if we don't find you a place anyway. So let's just start to look around. I think you'll be very impressed with what we can find for you here. So reach out to us. I think it'll be very helpful for you and your family. Jan Michael, I know you are crazy busy in today's market. I appreciate you taking a little time with us today.
Thanks, Greg.
Absolutely. We've helped countless families here throughout Greater Princeton and surrounding areas. We'd love to help you and your family as well. Reach out to us at the number below. Whether you're planning to move in this area, out of town, or even out of state, we can help you every step of the way. We'd love to have a quick 10-minute conversation. We'll talk to you soon, and bye-bye for now.
Thank you.